And now, on Adobe Radio, it's the Brett Davern Show, featuring Katie LeClaire.
I can't hear you.
Live, weekday mornings, 9 Pacific.
I'm sorry, the show is starting.
Eastern.
I can't hear you.
On Adobe.com and the Adobe app for iOS.
I'm really glad.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's good that it's starting.
I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Hold on, wait. It's got to.
This meeting
now it's
is
being recorded. I'm
recorded.
sorry, I can't hear you. What's that? I'm sorry, I had to put my headphones on. What? I'm sorry. What?
Don't say sorry if you don't mean it.
I feel bad for the interns in here sometimes, man, with you and your behavior, for real. I mean, you could just be a straight jerk sometimes. For real. Yeah.
I sure can be.
Matthew, you probably want to stay out of this. Watch out back there.
Oh, good.
I mean, you can get in on it if you want. Just beware. What was it that you were saying that was so rude right before we came on?
That I would like for you to be a better driver.
Listen, people out there and everybody in this room, hear me now, hear me forever. Once something has already happened and already done, can you guys quit crying about it? Everybody out there with the, hey, next time. Ugh, whatever, man.
I can't wait to. How do you want to succinctly say that in one sentence so that later in the future, when you're going on and 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 on about something that has already happened, I can be like, hey, remember this one sentence that you told me that one time? Yeah. And I can be like, Papa, eat it.
It's not even close to the same thing.
Oh, no, but it is though.
No, listen, if I do something wrong, it's not necessarily wrong. You see, there's like a scale. It's a spectrum. It's right. Sliding scale. Slide ruler. You got to get a slide ruler out to figure it out. Whatever. I was right. You were wrong. That's all that matters.
Cool. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the
See? Oh my God. Did you hear that?
I'm not going to fight.
Done. I'm fine.
It is the Brett Davern Show on Adobe Radio, brought to you in partnership with Nice Guy Digital.
On this episode, Katie LeClaire is featured.
Thanks so much. That's nice. Let's get to the guy whose name used to be on the door. It would be now still, but it's now my apartment instead of the studio.
That's me.
Brett Davern!
Listen up, everybody. This is our show. BDS fans at Adobe.com. BDS fans at Adobe.com. I'm sorry, the Zoom froze. I can't do that with the moving background.
You can't. It's true. No. Oh, yeah, it's true. You can't.
It doesn't really work.
It also doesn't really translate to radio that well either. This bit is a visual bit, Brett.
If you go to our YouTube,
BDSfans at Adobe.com is the email address that you can talk to us at. So do that. You should talk to us.
You get it? I'm not really frozen. I just keep pretending to freeze. It's funny. It's a funny bit. You get it?
I know. Can you explain it to me?
Oh, man. Welcome to the show. That's enough theme song. Yeah, man. Factor. We're done with this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done with the food, though. The food is delicious. I'm still going through it over there. I got a couple breakfasts left. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, Brett.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Matthew.
Happy Friday. F it Friday, everybody.
It's been a bit.
F it. Whatever you had to do today, F it. But only if you've been crushing it all week. Matthew, you've been crushing it this week?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, getting after those gains, bro?
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah.
Gaining it up.
It doesn't have to be
Gains
like
with a
physical
Z.
gains. You gains in all kinds of ways, Katie.
Yeah, true.
You gaining this week?
Yeah. Gaining
Just
my
gotta
little
be-
heart out.
Gotta be careful how you ask that, I suppose. Did you gain any this week?
Oh, that's true, right? How dare you?
I mean, dollar bills.
Oh,
Know
that
what I'm
way too,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. Because that could be good. You could gain dollar bills. Gain fat stacks, as the kids say. Fat stacks. I need all my racks. Right, Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to gain some bands?
Yeah, and then we still say PH, just so you know.
Oh,
Fat with
really?
a PH? Yeah, no, we don't. But
No?
no.
What's some of the
You
other
got so
new
excited.
lingo you kids are into over there?
Ooh, shoot, because I'm getting a little older myself, so I'm not on TikTok, and I feel like that's where everyone goes for the new lingo.
The
and
new
I'm
stuff.
out of the loop.
Yeah, that's not Gucci.
Gross. Don't say that.
What? Saying Gucci's on fleek.
That's the dizzy. Drizzy.
Oh. That one's for all the YouTubers out there. Check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe, subscribe, comment below. Comment below. If you want to hear us talking about something, be like, hey, I want to hear Brett yell about this. Or I want to hear Katie. Well, actually, no one ever has started a comment like that, actually. So.
That doesn't mean they can't. This is the first
Hey,
time for
yeah,
everything.
you could be the first one. I want to hear Katie laugh and snort into the microphone. Guess what? You're in luck. Katie, play hard to get a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that. I hadn't even finished saying it yet.
I was just yes and I was trying to yes and.
You got to make the YouTubers work out there, Katie.
Okay.
You can't just give it up right away. Come on now. This is Mondo Cosmo. What do you know about them, Matthew?
The Brett Davern Show with Katie LeClaire.
If it's literally waterproof, that's another thing, you know?
Right.
There's an out of context quote for you guys. You guys on YouTube can try to figure out what we were talking about. You'll never, actually, you'd probably never guess
Probably not.
in 100 years.
No, probably not.
Go ahead, Katie.
Do you remember Furby?
Do you remember when we were collecting those things?
Do you?
We thought we'd all get so rich so quick. But then we realized that investment sucks. That's inappropriate.
Come on, Brett.
That's
Come on,
inappropriate.
it's a family show.
Come on.
They're relaunching the Furbies and they have had a makeover.
Oh. Okay.
The Furbies are brightly colored.
Mm-hmm.
They are neon.
Sweet.
And they do not have dead eyes anymore. They have perky. They have light in their eyes. They're not creepy in the way that they used to be.
Well, look for the movie starring Margot Robbie coming soon. Furby, the movie.
The internet does not love these new Furbies. They miss the dead eyes.
Mm.
Don't you wish that you could be applauded for your dead eyes and lack of interest?
So
Just me?
I keep bringing this up on the show. I'm going to just keep doing it till there's a documentary about it. And then I'm proven to be right the whole time.
Okay.
Everything now has to have a controversy, right?
Mhm.
Even the things that none of us actually care about at all.
Mhm.
And I think they do it. See, they're doing it on purpose. And then I don't know, like, who cares? Okay. What is the actual number of people
Who are upset about
who
this?
have actually posted, gone through with pressing publish on their actual dislike? And what is the Like, why do I need to know about it? And every day it's just this like, so and so did this, and half the people are upset. And I'm just starting to think that it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, here, Matthew, intern Mackenzie, like, you guys, when you're posting about the Brett Davern show, make sure you write new episode out now. Brett sparks controversy. Like, you have to make sure that it's controversial.
Ellis
right?
Island on fire. Thousands flee in panic.
Yeah. Brett's controversial take on Furbies, which is the name of this episode.
Brett hates Furbies. Episode done.
Thank you. That's the name of the YouTube, right? Like, Brett hates Furbies.
That's the new name of the show.
Well, but then also we got to write articles that are like, half of America is mad at Brett Davern for his take on Furbies, right? Because we can't only say that I hate it, because then that only goes as far as that video. We have to have the first video say I hate it. Then the second thing is the fallout, the public outcry, right? From the people getting, because half the people very mad at me, half the people love me, half the people I'm doing very good things, half the other people.
There's good people on both sides. Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
I didn't say that. So and then what we do is we get me elected. From the Furbies controversy.
From the Furbies controversy.
I could shoot a Furby in the middle of Fifth Avenue. Nobody'd even care.
But talk about it on the show.
My ratings wouldn't go down.
And then there's the controversy. You start off with like a BuzzFeed post. You'd be like, hey, remember Brett Davern from Awkward? He went off the deep end. Here's why.
He shot a Furby.
He shot a Furby
on Fifth Avenue.
But more importantly, he just said he hates Furbies.
Well, because he hates Furbies, he shot a Furby.
Yeah.
Actually, he went Kid Rock on those Furbies. It was a couple cases of Furbies.
Oh my
gosh. Listen, Katie,
do you know what the internet
no
does
press.
like?
Listen, Katie, no press is the worst kind of press. And there's no such thing as bad press. Got it?
Got it.
Got it.
Do you know what the internet does like?
What?
What do they like?
Messi is now in Miami. And everybody's in Miami. They're all very happy that Lionel Messi is in Miami.
Yeah, lots of goals going to be scored.
He went to a Publix grocery store. And this is a picture of his cart.
Yeah, nice.
Somebody posted a picture of his cart.
Doing some shopping.
There's Lucky Charms. There's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There's Tricks. And everybody's like, Lucky Charms are as relatable as hell. Messi's getting after that supersized cereal.
Lucky Charms, the most racist of all the cereals, if you ask me. What? You guys don't think so? All right, fine. Let's just take your people and distill them down to a couple of stereotypes and throw it all in a bowl.
Right.
I'm sure you'll be just fine with that. You know, but for me and my people, it's hurtful. Okay.
Are you?
We're a
Irish?
lot more than, I'm not sure. We're a lot more than just shamrocks and top hats. All right.
And
we're a lot more than
funny
leprechauns
accents.
and rainbows and gold. All right. Why don't I just take you and your culture, huh? Put it into some marshmallows and some crunchy stuff and put some milk on it and eat it, and then eat it every morning and laugh. I'm eating Irish culture. Rude. All of you should be ashamed of yourselves. Here, try my new cereal, Brit-O's. It's just little marshmallows that are like, picture David Beckham.
David Beckham and a red bus.
The Queen.
The Queen. But it comes out, it's somehow like more rude than you intended, because it comes out like how the Spider-Man ice cream cones are always droopy and like
oh no. And then the problem is we'd start a whole controversy between the Lucky Charms folks and then the English O's folks, and there's been a problem between Ireland and England before. We don't want to start this again.
Yeah, let's not repeat history.
It's going to be a problem. There's going to be like the double-decker bus mushrooms are going to start, or marshmallows are going to start fighting with the horseshoe marshmallows.
How many mushrooms have you had?
Marshmallows?
No mushrooms.
What?
Mushrooms.
They're always after me, mushrooms.
Lindsay Lohan just had a baby boy, Brett.
Congratulations.
I know. Do you know why I picked this news story?
her new little Declan.
Because it wasn't about a corporation.
What's
Is why
the-
I picked
What's
this
the
new
name
story.
gonna be?
Do you want to know what it is? I know what
Well,
it
I gotta
is.
take a few guesses first.
Okay.
How about Wimbledon
Nope.
after the tennis match? Hey, this is my son, Wimbledon.
We call him Wimmy.
Wimby? Oh, that's like the new Spurs guy. They don't want to do that.
No,
He's
no,
apparently
it's
no
not.
good.
Well, no, he's apparently very good.
No, they shut him down for the rest of summer league after like
Oh.
2 games because he was
Oh, really?
kind of yeah, not
Oh,
great.
Whoops.
Whoa. So they're definitely not naming him that. How about QR?
Nope. Pretty good guess though.
How about Twitch?
Mm-mm.
Wiz Khalifa?
Yes.
That would be sick.
Wiz Khalifa actually
What?
gave it the blessing and said, you have to call him Wiz Khalifa the second.
Wiz
though,
Khalifa
so
Lohan?
WK2.
I like it. All right. I don't know. What's the kid's name?
I don't know how you say it, but it's spelled Luai.
Lue.
You guys,
Lue?
when
Lue,
you
maybe?
don't know how to say it, should we just not name it?
Yeah, it's probably not the best choice for the
Okay.
name.
If you are in
Mm.
the birthing center, doula's living room, or hospital, and you've just given birth,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you're on the side of the road in an Uber, congratulations. And you want to name that kid
It's a
one of these
boy.
new modern names where it's just some letters on a page. This should be the new rule. You write it down in, write on, you just write it in on, no, we type it so that it's not your handwriting. We don't want you to get attached to this thing. We're going to type it out.
Okay.
Then I'm going to come back to you 48 hours later and show it to you. And if you can read it and pronounce it, you can go with it.
Luai.
But if even you yourself forgot how the hell it's pronounced, nah.
Yeah. Lua?
Lue.
Lue. I think Lue is a good pronunciation guess there, Matthew.
Why don't we just call them vowels?
About
What's up, Vals?
Or Val, like Kilmer.
okay, I just looked. This
What up, Val?
So pronounced Lou. It says EY, so that either means E or A. I'm assuming A. And then it's Arabic, an Anglicanized spelling of an Arabic name meaning wild ox. So it's
But it's just Louis.
Wait, an
Louis.
Anglicanized spelling?
Anglicanized spelling of
Well,
a
so then it's
completely-
not Arabic at all.
That is
No,
true.
I guess that counts as modern, but
it's not. No, so that's no. Stop. Like, I'm not telling you to stop. I'm telling the world to stop. Just
Mhm.
knock it off. That's
Mhm.
a consonant and 3 vowels, and we're not going to remember how to pronounce it and knock it off.
Jamie Lee Curtis said apparently they've been talking. And she was like,
She wants to switch places with her and rename the kid.
quote, and
A
she
la Freaky Friday. She's like, hold on, let's touch fingertips real quick. I'm going to save that kid. Boom. Or however they do it. Boom. Now your name's Henry. Boom. Now we're back to being normal. We good?
Oh, no.
What are we doing?
yeah, anyway, so quote, and she was like, quote, you bring the baby with you and everything will be fine.
Huh?
That's Jamie Lee Curtis's parenting advice.
Bring the baby with you and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need to never leave that kid's side so you can keep pronouncing the name
R-
over and over and over to everyone that kid meets forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Good.
I like it.
Okay. Why not?
Fantastic. I've said this 1,000 times. If you're naming your kid out there, crank up some music, pretend like you're in a loud bar, and try yelling it at someone who doesn't know their name. If it takes them 2 or 3 times to figure out what you're saying, don't go with that name. Because your kid will thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's about the kid. This isn't, I mean, it's you guys. I know you think the kid is yours, but you only rent that kid. It's
Till they're 18.
they're theirs. Take it easy on them. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not your thing to just play with. Give them the advantage of people being able to know what their name is.
Yep.
Like you have that friend who you just can't remember their name. Like it sucks for that person, right? Katie, you know what I'm talking about. Well, Katie can't remember anyone's name, but Matthew, you know what I mean? Like, there's that person that you're like, man, I know their name is something unique and it's even kind of beautiful, but like, man, I just can't ever sort of place it. You don't want that for your kid.
For me, it's actually the opposite. Sometimes I forget it's like a normal name and it's like Henry James or something like that. It's either
Well, let's not go with Joe.
Not Joe.
Never Joe.
Never Joe. What was the last time I heard of a Joe? I don't think I have.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go super generic, but what I'm saying is like, come on. Give the kid the advantage of people being able to remember their name and how to spell it.
Mm-hmm. It's child abuse.
Unless they're going to become like a pop star, and then it won't matter.
Right. Well, then they should pick their own pop star name anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie, that's true. Maybe we can just start not naming kids till they choose their own name at 18 anyway.
Well.
See, now I'm back to being progressive.
Give him long enough, folks. He'll talk himself
Full
into
circle.
anything.
IW Radio. You can listen to The Brett Davern Show anytime. Just search for it on your favorite podcast app, but especially the Adobe app for iOS.
Hey, what's up? This is my kid. Oh, welcome to kindergarten. What's his name? LeBron James. That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
You want him to become a baller NBA hooper.
Or would you be an asshole?
Hey, man, it's my kid. I can name him whatever I want.
It's true.
All right.
It's true.
This is my daughter, Charlize Theron.
But my question is Charlize Theron Davern?
No. Can't you just write in whatever you want?
No, I think the last name has to match your legal last name.
It has to?
I don't know. I've never been in a position where I was filling out a birth certificate.
Isn't this the land of the free, home of the brave? It's not really the land of the free if I can't just name my kid Karl Malone.
But then what if you go, like, I think that isn't there something, I think I've actually read this, like, you're not allowed to name your kid Adolf Hitler or like something like that.
I think they just might come have a conversation with you.
Okay.
But I think you could. Couldn't you?
Even if you named your kid LeBron James, they would still have a conversation with you.
What? Come on. The guy almost averages a triple double. This is a sound decision. Get away. Get out of here. When a couple, well, actually, he plays in the NBA still. There's a player named Isaiah Thomas, but there was also another Isaiah Thomas who is a Hall of Fame NBA basketball player, played for the Detroit Pistons, right? Then there's the new Isaiah Thomas who still plays in the league, who's a younger guy, but he is named after the other Isaiah Thomas because his dad lost a bar bet.
Oh,
and then he ended up becoming an NBA basketball player also.
That's interesting.
So I'm just saying, if I have another son, I'm going to name him Tom Brady. And there's nothing you can do about it, Katie.
Okay.
Just moved to Delaware, Montana, Maryland. There's probably a few others. It seems to vary state by state, but like.
So some states you can, some states you can't.
Some states you can't, apparently.
You can't what? Name your kid anything you want?
Some states regulate what the child's last name is.
What?
The last name.
The last
Interesting.
name.
What?
It didn't say which ones, but it said at least these 3 states have no restrictions on how you register the last name on the birth record.
I'm going to name my next kid the Global Climate Crisis.
Because you want everyone to be talking about him?
That's just the first name, though. Of her, by the way. How dare you? That's her first name. And then her last name is...
Will kill us all if we don't start paying attention to it.
How'd you know? I hope she doesn't go pro in anything, though. Can you imagine the jersey? The back of the jersey. They'd have to write start writing the last name and then wrap it around to the front. Speaking of this, though, I was watching a baseball game a couple weeks ago, and maybe it was last week, and there was a pitcher. Matthew's going to have to look this up. There was a pitcher or something, maybe on the Yankees, longest name in Major League history
Oh,
just last week.
is this person active right now?
Well, they made their debut, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
how it became the longest name ever, because it took over for whatever used to be the longest name, which I have no idea what that was.
Funny.
But now there's a new longest, so I guess number of letters in Major League history. What is it, Matthew? What's the name?
Give me 2 seconds to process this.
Okay.
And
It's a hyphenated one.
Oh, okay.
So his name is Christian Incarnation Strand.
And Christian is the first name.
Yes.
So that's got a lot of letters. And then
Incarnation, ENCARNACION hyphen STRAND.
Or like Encarnacion.
Encarnacion
Or something.
Strand.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. That's a lot on the back of the jersey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember Meta World Peace.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know all of a sudden it would like look funny on the back of the jersey. I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, but we all got to look at world peace. I like
We
it.
did, and I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I didn't pronounce that wrong.
Encarnacion hyphen Strand. Man.
I have some Who's the A-hole. You want to play?
Yeah, we could play that.
Okay.
I mean, sure.
That was a little abrupt. It kind of came out of nowhere.
I thought you were calling the guy an a-hole for making the person sign all those letters or sew all those letters onto the back of the jersey. Person's like, really? We can't just drop the hyphen at this point? Yeah.
Drop all the vowels. Just do the consonants. Okay. Yesterday.
I want to go back to the longest name. By how many letters is it the longest name now? Because now I'm thinking I would name my kid something to just hold that record. How many letters is that? Christian Encarnacion Strand.
It's giving me longest names, period, not the last name. So the second longest full name is 22 characters long.
Well, how long is this one?
So Simon, but spelled with EON at the end. Simon Woods Richardson.
Okay. And that was 22 letters?
That's 22 letters.
Now, how long is Christian's?
Christian Incarnation Stand, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So sorry, is 27 characters.
He doesn't listen to the show. 27.
Someone's going to care.
His uncle does, though.
Someone's going to care.
So he's got every letter in the alphabet plus
I
one.
respect this guy because that's
Wow.
Incarnation Stand.
Okay. So 20, well, not every letter, of course, but yeah. So 27. So now I got to name a kid with like, what do you think? Like 38?
Just make it 30.
No,
you're going to go
but-
past. Well, if you're going to do 38, you might as well do 40.
No, let's not get crazy.
Okay, then 38 is perfect.
All right. So then what are we going to name this kid? Because let's not forget, in some states, I guess I have to include Davern. So what's
How
like the
many letters
longest
is
first
Davern?
name we can find?
How many letters is Davern?
That's personal. You're going to have to measure yourself. That's 6. So what would be the first
So you
name?
need 32 letters in a first name.
Christian's a pretty long first name.
It was a pretty long first name.
That's a pretty good one.
You could have 2 middle names. Throw that in there.
We could also go kind of Southern with it and maybe call him like Christian Robert, which you have to, if you hyphenate the first name, you must include a Southern accent. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you just say
It's true. I can
Christian
confirm.
Robert, it doesn't sound right. But if you go Christian Robert, and now it kind of sounds like his mom's calling his name, right? Or hers. I think that's what we do. We'd have to go hyphenated first name and hyphenated last name. Right?
Yeah, I did just look up the person with the longest first name.
Wow.
It's
I
just
don't
a
even
bunch
know
of
where to
characters.
begin.
Like it's just a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
And it says that the mother wanted to name their daughter this because she was looking for the record. But the
Let me
last
see
name
if
is
I can take a stab
but the
at
last
this
name
thing,
is
though.
Williams.
Let me see if I can take a stab at this though. Okay. So it starts with an R and then an Hoshand. So we got Roshand and then Iatellly.
Roshandily?
Iatali, though, because there's a T in there. Roshandelati Nueshianiveshenenk.
Just a bunch of consonants.
Ugh. It ends with Eveshenk.
But it doesn't, yeah.
Eveshenk?
It doesn't look like a name in any way.
Well, the Roshan
does, but that's
part does at the beginning, but then they kind of lose me after that. And then middle name Koyasqui. Nah, I don't got it. There's some Q's in there. And then Williams.
Williams is the funniest
Spelled
part.
how you would think it's spelled.
Yep.
They must live in Delaware.
They must have been Delaware.
Hey, here we are in Delaware. Which is where Biden's from, huh?
Yeah.
It's about all I know about it. That and
It's
the
tiny.
Wayne's World joke. I've never done those small little ones up there. I've gone up to Massachusetts.
New Hampshire?
Massachusetts is
Rhode
the
Island?
smallest of the little ones I've been to.
I've been in Rhode Island. I've been
Ugh.
in New Hampshire.
Nah,
Why are you doing that?
too small.
What? That's rude. It's not the size of your state, Brett, that matters.
I feel like I couldn't keep track of my jurisdictions up there. I'd forget where I am all the time.
I feel like it'd be harder to forget where you are. It's a smaller place.
That's what I'm saying. I would lose track all the time. I'd be like, am I in New Hampshire? Am I in Rhode Island?
Oh.
What the hell? Do I got to buy lottery tickets in Massachusetts? I got to go up to Rhode Island and New Hampshire. Maybe I dip down into Pennsylvania. Check out what yins are doing. I don't know what's going on up there. I don't want to go up there.
Okay, all right.
And there's too many. I forget about which ones are up there too. I'd be entering some state I forgot about. Like Delaware. Like, don't you think if back in the day they knew we were going to get all this space, they would have stretched out a little bit?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
But they didn't. So here we go.
I know. And now there's Vermont just sitting there like, really? This is it?
How about West Virginia too? Like what? There's Virginia, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're gonna go west. And you're like, oh, to California? No, not quite.
Yeah, it's not very far west.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's east. It's straight up east.
Hey guys, we're out here in the west.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys stopped in Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Also, weirdly, Virginia's the south also.
Totally.
What the hell's going on?
It's south, but it's also east coast.
Right.
So,
But it's also north and west and south.
You guys, let's go. Now I'm back on board.
go back to Virginia.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Adobe Radio. Got something to say? Send Brett a text right now with iMessage. Text message BDS fans at adobe.com. You're listening to The Brett Davern Show.
Yeah, I think really. Just still going on the same thing. No, let's do some Who's the A-hole, Katie. Go for it.
Okay.
Let's round out our Friday with some A-holes. Everybody's got one, and not all of them are pretty.
Yesterday, my parents sat me, a 31 male, down, my two brothers, 32, 34, and my sister, 41. So the sister is the oldest of the four siblings.
Your parents ever give you that a-hole phrase? It sounds like kind of a Texas thing for you guys, maybe.
What?
Right? Like excuses are like a-holes.
Oh,
Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of them are pretty. Or then there's always something else that goes along with that. I can't remember what it is, though. I feel like you can just make up what you want after that.
I think you can too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the point.
And then you
Excuses
stick with
are
it
like-
long enough that it becomes your dad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll go with a not all of them are pretty. That's a good one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to lock it in. That's mine. Go ahead. Continue.
So four siblings. The person who's writing this is the youngest sibling, and the older sister is the oldest sibling. Their parents sat them down to talk about their will. My parents informed us.
Wait. What are their names?
Oh, that's what makes it confusing.
Yeah, but this whole episode's been about names, Katie. You got to give them some names.
There's a fourth child in succession, right? He's
I
the one
don't
that,
know.
yeah, he made the sourdough yeast or something. I don't remember.
Okay, let's call one of them yeast
One of them yeast.
and one of them ABC, since that's all people are doing now with letters.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, there was 4 siblings, so I thought you were going to keep naming names, but
Oh, that's up to you.
we're only going to talk about 2 of them. So let's just keep it like those.
I was trying to make it as easy as possible.
I got it.
Unless you want to start talking about handbag and garden hose, in which case we could do that.
We could leave handbag and garden hose at home for now.
Hand garden is their uncle.
Okay, so oh god. Yeah, the parents informed us that they want to split their will in 5 ways
Oh no! Now
instead
there's
of
another
in
one.
4. There is not another one.
Oh,
The sister is to get 2/5 of the will, while the 3 brothers get 1/5 each.
oh,
Their reasoning is that the sister sacrificed her childhood for our family, so it's only fair that she gets compensated.
how did she do that?
In our childhood,
Ah,
my father's business partner screwed him over, so there was a period where we were broke and in debt. My parents had to work multiple jobs to keep us afloat. My sister babysat and gave all the money to the family. She also had to keep an eye on us kids. We were
Sure.
pretty calm. And mostly we just played games and did our homework. It probably wasn't thrilling, but not exactly tremendous hardship.
I get it. So, am I the a-hole for what? What's the question being asked?
Am I the a-hole for not wanting to give my wealthier sister the lion's share of the inheritance?
Look, oh boy.
Just to clean it up.
Yeah.
The parents are disappointed in the brothers because they're upset. The sister texted everyone on the side and said that she had no intention of taking the 2/5. However, they were all assholes.
These things are the things that come up on this all the time, and I feel like I know that nobody likes this as an answer, but just chill. Like, that's what your parents did. That's what they want to do. You can choose to live the rest of your life upset at them, upset at your sister, jealous over the whole thing, bring it up all the time, whatever, or just be like, well, that sucks. I guess I'll have to just work harder, keep doing my thing, hope things. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, I don't know. Does it do you any good to now despise your parents and sister for the rest of time? Probably not.
Probably not.
So are you the a-hole if you're mad? Then I guess so. You know what I mean? But if you can figure out how to just be like, welp, the milk is already spilled. I guess I'll quit crying about it. There's really not much I can do about it except go get some towels and try to mop this thing up.
Yep.
And you can just play nice with them. And then once they're dead, go pee on their graves. Also, there's that, I don't know. Like, how petty do you want to get? How spiteful do you want to get? And how important is your family or friends to you in the first place?
Right.
That's what you have to figure out and then go forth from there. And if your sister's always been a pain in your butt and you haven't liked her the whole time, then there's that. If she helped take care of you when you were younger and whatever, ask her for a loan.
That's funny.
Play it cool. Say congratulations. Be like, oh my God, that's awesome. And then like a year and a half in, just be like, hey, sis, I could really use 90 grand.
That's funny.
And then if she says no, she says no. If she says yes, she says yes. There you go. All right. Yeah, Matthew?
No, I like the idea of asking for a loan later.
Yeah.
I would not have thought of that.
But like formally ask for a loan. Be like, hey, I need money. I know you have it. Can I have it?
Can I actually
Luckily
just, can I
say
just
no,
have
bro.
it?
If they say, well, why, if she didn't want it to begin with, and if you were cool the whole time, then maybe she just goes, you know what, bro? Yeah, why not? And then you'd get it anyway because you played it cool. See, Katie, we talk about this all the time. How many times are people given the option in their head to play it cool and then play the long game? You can't. Just you have to do it in the moment. So
Just
it's tricky. You
be
gotta
cool.
be ready. Be ready. Because if you play it cool with sis, you might just come back to you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or she buys another vacation house, but you always get invited. So then there you go. So be cool, bro.
Just be cool in general. Be kind to take care of each other and be cool.
Come on, ABC. Sit down. Be cool.
Be humble.
Man, that is a bold move by mom and dad, though.
Wow. Those boys must have been terrible.
Look what you boys have done. Also, and we're running over, but what is with these parents who tell the alive kids while they're still alive about the plans for the will? It's just a powder keg.
Yeah.
Set your will and then die. We'll
Don't
fight
watch
about it
the
while you're
squabbling.
gone, but
Yeah.
who are the people who tell the people what's going to happen? It's just a recipe for disaster.
That's like if you're about to take a whole bunch of drugs and somebody's like, you're gonna throw up.
Yeah, don't do that. Unless it's all going to be even. And then you say, hey, we just made our will. And when we die, everything's even. So it's all cool. Let's go back to eating our dinner. And then everybody will be
nobody
fine.
has to vomit.
But if it's not even, don't tell them. Just die.
I don't know if I agree with that advice. No. I don't know. I have to think about that.
If you're the kid who gets more, you don't want them to tell. Like, right?
Yeah, well, yes.
Get the
Right.
target on the back.
Yeah, no. But after her mom and dad are already dead, then you don't have to show up anyway. So it'll be fine.
True.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, on that happy note, we'll see you on Monday. For intern Matthew and producer Katie, I'm Brett, reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. Bye.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show this week. But don't worry, Brett and Katie will be back Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, for another edition of the Brett Davern Show here on Adobe Radio.
The recording has stopped.